All right, y'all. So today I'm going to be doing a series where I will be reading a passage or a chapter of each book in the Bible. And of course, we're going to start with Genesis because that is the beginning of the Bible. It tells us about everything from the beginning and how the world was created. But this series is going to just try to help us understand the Bible more, help us to see what God did, throughout the history of the Bible, just what we can learn from these things, man. But we're just gonna get right to it. Let's just get right to it. So it says the theme message for Genesis. It says Genesis speaks of beginnings, of the heavens and the earth, of light and darkness, of seas and skies, of land and vegetation, of sun and moon and stars, of sea and air and land animals, of human beings made in God's own image, the climax of his creative activity, of sin and redemption, of blessing and cursing, of society and civilization, of marriage and family, of art and craft and industry. The list could go on and on. A key word in Genesis is account, which also serves to divide the book into its 10 major parts, and which includes such concepts as birth, genealogy, and history. The book of Genesis is foundational to the understanding of the rest of the Bible. Its message is rich and complex, and listing its main elements gives a sufficient outline of the biblical message as a whole. It is supremely a book of relationships, highlighting those between God and nature, God and man and man. It is thoroughly monotheistic. I believe I'm saying that right. Apologize if I'm not. Taking for granted that there is only one God worthy of the name, and opposing the ideas that there are many gods, that there is no God at all, and that everything is divine. It clearly teaches that the one true God is sovereign over all that exists, and that by divine election, he often exercises his unlimited freedom to overturn human customs, traditions, and plans. It introduces us to the way in which God initiates and makes covenants with his chosen people, pledging his love and faithfulness to them and calling them to promise theirs to him. It establishes sacrifice as the substitution of life for life. It gives us the first hint of God's provision for redemption from the forces of evil and contains the oldest and most profound definition of faith. More than half of Hebrew 11, the NT role of the faithful, refers to characters in Genesis. So that is, the theme and message of Genesis. And we're going to start at Genesis 1. And this is talking about the beginning. I'm excited for this, y'all. I really hope this just helps us. We all on this journey together. I just don't get on, this mic. I don't get on these videos to just say stuff. I don't try to get on here and just run my mouth. I just always try to read what I'm being shown, and just hoping that whatever you hear can help you. I just want to help somebody, man, and this is helping me. Y'all don't understand. Just by me being able to get on here and just read it to you all helps me because it puts me in a place where I'm giving God my time. I'm giving him devotion. I'm giving him praise. And I'm just spending time with him. So we just kind of doing this together, man. This is just a journey of growth and becoming one with God and learning who he is together. But I'll start it off. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning. This was the first day. And God said, let there be an expanse between the waters to separate water from water. So God made the expanse and separated the water under the expanse from water above it. And it was so. God called the expanse sky, and there was evening, and there was morning. This was the second day. And God said, let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear. And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds. And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the third day. And God said, let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let suns and days and years, no, and let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years, and let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth. And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, the fourth day. And God said, let the water teem with living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky. So God created the great creatures of the sea, and every living and moving thing with which the water teems according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number, and fill in the water in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. And there was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. And God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals, each according to its kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Let's say it again. God created man in whose image? His own image. And in the image, he created him. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Then God said, I give you every seed bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and all the birds of the air, and all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. God saw all that he made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning. This was the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. Now, I think I'm just gonna stop there for today, because I want us to just go through this one day at a time, just completely understand what is going on, what God is doing. I mean, I think it's pretty clear in this first part, in the beginning, that God is just, the Bible is just telling us that God is the ultimate creator of everything. He gave us water, he gave us sky, he gave us life. He made everything, by his power. God is the creator of the world. And I think it's just it's important to know, because a lot of us forget, can sometimes become forgetful of who is in control and who gives us life and who is responsible for all of our gifts and talents and all these other things that we're so awesome at. It says here, God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. So, we are who we are because of God. We are who we are because of the one who created the world. So, it's just really a moment where you should sit back and reflect and just thank God for everything he has done for you. That's what I'm trying to get to. It's just one of those moments you sit back and you reflect and you just thank God for everything he has done. But in the next video, we're going to talk about Adam and Eve. And I think it's going to be a lot of great things we can learn from that, including myself, y'all. I'm not y'all teacher. Understand that I'm not your teacher. I'm just here to share the word. That's all I'm doing. I don't teach. I don't preach. I just try to share the word. and hope, and I just hope that God word, penetrates your spirit. But Adam and Eve is gonna be our next focus. I'm hoping we can gain something from that. Tell you we're gonna take this one day at a time. They have these little things that gives you descriptions and things that these people did in the Bible, why they did it, what they stood for in the Bible, who they were in the Bible, all these things. So we're gonna learn so much during this journey, and I'm just hoping that we all can grow from this. I told you this helps me. It helps me so much. I feel so fulfilled when I get on here and do this for y'all. So I just pray that you all continue to just listen. I pray you all continue to be helped. My goal is just to help you continue to build your relationship with God and just lean on Him, be more dependent on Him, and just understand who He is. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do, man. But I love each and every one of you all, man. And I just pray and hope you have a blessed day. Love y'all.